Hi there, business owner, and welcome to the 3Bs podcast, the place where we go beyond the numbers and dive into strategies to help you build a better business one step at a time. I'm your host, Stephanie, a multi-award-winning entrepreneur with over a decade of experience in the bookkeeping and accountancy world. If you're a business owner looking to streamline, grow, and get back the time that you deserve, you're in the right place. We're tackling real-world problems, answering tough questions, and digging deep into business-building secrets in just 15 minutes each week. So are you ready to build a better business with confidence and clarity? Then let's go. Hello and welcome back to another episode of the 3Bs podcast, your go-to 15 minutes of CPD certified motivation, education and inspiration each week. As always, I'm your host, Stephanie. Now, last week was my birthday week and I put a post out on LinkedIn talking about the 34 things that I've learned as I reached 34. It turns out that it takes a lot longer than 15 minutes to go through all 34 of these. So if you haven't yet listened to last week's episode, do go back and listen to that one before you listen to this one, because we're just going to pick up where we left off. And while you're here, if you could like, rate and review and subscribe wherever you're listening to or watching this podcast, it would really help me to push this out to more business owners, which is my ultimate goal here. And if you're on social media, do tag us on the 3Bs. So let's move on to number 16. And I love the fact we're starting on this one because it's business friends are the best kind of therapy. You know who you are is what I posted on LinkedIn, because your business friends get it. And you have your friends that maybe you've known through college or from school or through the mums group if you're a parent, or maybe a hobby. So a lot of my motorsport friends are amazing, but they're not business owners. They don't understand why you want to go into work on a bank holiday. They don't understand why you want to put in a 60-hour week. They don't understand why you're going to these awards. They don't understand why you're going to these events, because they're not business owners. Business friends are the best kind of therapy because they know you, they understand you, and usually whatever problem you have, either they know how to solve, they have a suggestion, or they know someone who can help you. And business friends, I couldn't be without my business friends, whether it's people you've seen on the podcast like Aaron Patrick, or behind the scenes, there's Lizzie who designed the cover for my book. There's one of my best business friends, Jodie, who is a fellow bookkeeper who you'll probably see very soon on this podcast, who I can just message out of the blue and go, I've got this problem and I don't know what to do. Or even with this office, I was like, oh, look, I've gone and looked at this office. It's a lot bigger. It's a bit more of a financial risk. I don't know whether to take it. It's a better location. She came back with, I think it was like a 5-10 minute voice note of, well, have you thought about this? And have you thought about this? And what about your marketing budget for ROI? Because we've got really great windows now. Honestly, I don't know where I'd be without them. So if you don't have business friends yet, come and get some. I'm always happy to have more business friends. Come and find me on LinkedIn and connect. Business friends are the best. And if you don't have some, get some, because it will help you to succeed, I promise. 17, celebrate the wins. Yes, even the weird ones, like sending all your invoices on time. If you've managed to go into the office and actually eat lunch every day this week, that's always a big one for me because I'm terrible for skipping it. You have to celebrate those wins, the small and the huge. You know, you can see the certificates up there. I've been incredibly fortunate. I want to say lucky, but it's not luck because I do work really hard. I have won some incredible awards. I've been nominated for some incredible things. I have met some incredible people and done some incredible things and had the most incredible experiences because of this business. And the big ones are amazing, but the small ones matter just as much. Whether it is eating your lunch every day, whether it's doing that sales call without feeling sick, whether it's getting all your invoices out on time, or being brave enough to chase that overdue invoice. Like, pat yourself on the back and celebrate that win. It hasn't got to be a whole party that you throw over it, but just acknowledge and celebrate it, because in corporate, a boss or a higher level manager would tap you on the back and say, well done. They would give you bonuses and trips and incentives and things. You are your own top level as a business owner. So celebrate those wins, big or small. Or go back to number 16 and tell your business friends, because they'll definitely celebrate you and cheerlead you along the way. Number 18, your systems will save you. It's similar to what we said last week when I was talking about processes will fix most problems. Having systems in place will remind you of things, extra steps of checks that maybe you need to do. So for me, with my clients, inside my system, CRM system that I built, we have sections for every single client. And there's nuances with every client. So it may be that we code stationery a slightly different way in a different account based on the type of business that they have. Maybe in our quarterly meetings, we've discussed something. So someone's close to hitting the VAT threshold. Putting that little reminder in to tell you to check their 12-month rolling turnover. Even though you probably do it automatically anyway every month like we do, having that extra little step in there in that system just makes sure that you're not missing anything. With payroll, tax code notices can be sent out at any point where you need to change an employee's tax code, which is the way their tax is worked out on their payslip. 9 times out of 10, there's no coding notice. And the amount of times that had I not got that step in my system, in my process, to go and check for coding notices across all of my payroll clients when I start payroll, there's a chance you could miss one. And by missing that, because there's a date when you have to apply it from, if you miss that, then their tax could be incorrect, and it causes a whole host of problems for the business owner and the employer, but also for the employee, which then makes them unhappy, and it can affect the business further down the line. So that one little step in my system can actually save a big load of problems for both myself and the business owner. Number 19, people remember how you made them feel, not how perfect your branding was. Now, this one is hard for me because I have spent more time than I care to admit perfecting my branding for both businesses. And I am a big One Direction fan. I'm a huge One Direction fan, have been since the beginning. So I've been raised on Easter eggs and teasers. If you're a Taylor Swift fan, you'll know what I'm talking about. Those little things that are hidden, that mean something to you and only you, and maybe you'll make them apparent further down the line, but maybe it's just a little nod to something that you give yourself a little giggle. So for me, sometimes it's numbers and it's colours. The unicorn branding for ABCS UK is something that I absolutely adore. And there's a reason why there's the colours that I've chose. There's a reason why the little ribbons around so you have the main ABCS UK logo, which is up there in a circle, and then I have the coloured gradient around the outside with little gold lines, and it all means something. Whether I ever tell anybody or not, it doesn't matter, but that little Easter egg and that branding I spent a long time perfecting, which is time that could have been better spent fixing a sales page or promoting a new product or having those lead generation calls. As I said earlier, people will remember how you made them feel. I said it in last week's podcast episode. People remember how you made them feel. People will remember the transformation. People will definitely remember the outcomes of things, but actually how you make them feel is a long way to building your business. The branding's not going to build your business necessarily as well as referrals or word of mouth will. Number 20, you don't need to be for everyone. Like I said last week's episode, I'm like Marmite, you love me or you hate me, and it took me a long time to be okay with the fact that some people don't like me. There's a couple of people who have blocked me on LinkedIn and I've got no idea what I've done, but they clearly dislike me, and that's fine. I've also got people who will like comment on my post and then delete them and they think I've not seen them, or they'll like it and then unlike it on LinkedIn. No idea why, but there we go. And they're in my industry, so they're quite well known as well. So one days I'll find them at an event in person and probably say to them, just out of curiosity, why don't you like me? Hopefully they'll tell me and then I can sleep at night. No, I'm joking. But you have to be okay with the fact that you're not for everyone. Clients and business owners who want a once-a-year accountant as cheap as possible, that does the bare basics of compliance and just keeps HMRC happy, like, we're not a good fit for them. I'm not a good fit for them. I put my heart and soul into every business that I work with like it's my own and help them get to where they want to go. And that comes with a premium cost because of the value, the expertise that we put into that, the systems, the technology that we've built that we give them access to. It's okay that I'm not for everyone, but again, that took time as a business owner to be okay with. Yeah, I think that was quite an important one, and it was a big lesson that I had to learn in business as it grew. Number 21, nothing is more attractive in business than confidence and kindness. Now, I wrote this, and now when I'm reading it back and saying it out loud, I feel like it needs a caveat. I feel like it should say, nothing is more attractive in business than confidence, kindness, and authenticity. I think that fake confidence, which if you go back and look at some of the early episodes, you'll probably see all over my face because I had to fake it till I made it. Like, I'm a huge introvert. I have huge anxiety. That's just who I am. But nothing is more attractive in business, I think, than authentic confidence. Like, it has to be real. as well as kindness. You know, just be kind, treat people with kindness. It just doesn't hurt to be nice and be kind to people. And nothing's more attractive from a business collaboration point of view, from a people becoming a client point of view. You know, people will like you more if you're kind from a client or customer perspective. They will be more likely to help you out from a business perspective or a network perspective. You're more likely to attract sponsorship or investment if you're kind to people. It doesn't hurt. Like, manners and kindness should be a bare human basic, but it's not. So do it and be one of the ones that starts changing it so that people are more kind, especially online. Number 22, you can be warm and direct at the same time, and that is how I like to be. Sometimes I have to have real stiff conversations. I am a bookkeeper, I am an accountant. Credit control is part of what I do. Calling up and emailing and speaking to businesses who owe my clients money is part of how I roll. So I can be warm and kind and authentic, that's me, but I can also be direct and say that this is not acceptable. You know, you need to make payment now, please. You can do both. You don't have to be one or the other. You can do both. Number 23, spreadsheets fix most things. Maybe that's quite a niche one. I think spreadsheets fix most things, and White Monster will usually fix the rest. Whatever your vice is, caffeine or not, we talked about it on last week's episode. Spreadsheets can fix most things in your accounts, specifically in your businesses, and whatever your caffeine fix is can usually fix the rest, and that's okay. 24 is a big one. Clients who value you won't haggle. So I am terrible at reassessing my pricing. My value proposition is poor at best, and it's something that we're working on in the business. If, like me, your money mindset has taken a real hit, or it's not very good, or you weren't raised with the best money mindset or financial education, then sometimes you need to get somebody else in who's like, well, no, it's a business. No, you need to do that. I have clients that tell me I have to charge them for the extra work I'm putting in that I wasn't going to. I'm learning though, so be warned, I'm learning. But clients who value you won't haggle. So I now review prices for my clients every 6 months. So we review in April and we review in October. And sometimes their price will go up, sometimes their price will go down, sometimes their pricing will stay the same. But they sign that terms and conditions and that agreement when they join us in our letter of engagement, when they join ABCS UK as a client. And I think it's important to do that because businesses can change a lot in 6 months. And whether that's up or down or diversifying or pivoting, the volume of work, the level of service we provide will change. So it's not something that you can sort of go, okay, it's going to be this amount a month for the rest of your life. It's not like a phone bill or an internet bill where that is your cost and that's what you get. On that same breath, most broadband and phone providers do put their money up, their fees up every single year by inflation in April. So as business owners, surely we should be doing the same. If our overheads are going up, then we should be putting up our prices accordingly. I put one up by about £20 a month, I think, when I last repriced, and they queried me and threatened to leave. And I said, okay, there's the door. If you'd like to leave, that's fine. This is my pricing. I've kept it as low as possible. My overheads have more than doubled since we last reviewed your pricing. You've introduced an extra product line. You were service-based before. I haven't charged any extra for that. There's a lot of extra work involved. And if they want to haggle over £20 a month with the value I provide, then that's not a client I want to work with. And clients who value you won't haggle. Clients that value you will actually tell you that you need to be charging them more sometimes if you're not charging correctly. I've had that before where clients are like, no, you're going to start invoicing me this amount. And I'm like, okay, are you sure? But that's all a growing and learning curve in being a business owner and growing a business, and it does depend on your money mindset. But just be aware that if they value you, they won't haggle. And if they are haggling, then maybe you're not positioning your value correctly too. So there's two sides to this, and you need to look at both. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the 3Bs podcast. I hope you found it useful and that you're walking away with some motivation, inspiration, or education to help you build a better business. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and of course connect with us on social media for more insights, tips, and behind the scenes content. Your next step in building a better business is just a click away. I can't wait to connect with you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.